What's up, guys? So there's increasing evidence that 3 of my 4 grandparents had some ancestry in Asia, right? So my backstory, I'm half European, 27.41% Welsh, 21.85% French, 0.04% unidentified European, most likely Spanish. I'm 15.47% Lebanese and Palestinian. I'm 10.32% Yemeni and Saudi. I'm 20.63% Iraqi, 2.58% Georgian, and 1.34% Mexican, right? That's my background. Both my parents have European ancestry. My dad has Welsh ancestry. My mom has French ancestry. Both my parents have Asian ancestry. My mom has Lebanese, Palestinian, Yemeni, and Saudi ancestry. And my dad has Iraqi ancestry and Georgian ancestry. And then both of my parents, or no, not both my parents, just my mom has Mexican ancestry. Not sure where that came from, but there is a small piece of Mexican ancestry. Now, there is clear evidence that my European ancestry is mostly Celtic derived, right? We look at, so I entered all these numbers here into Explore Your DNA because I wanted to see how it looked on the map. So I put my, this is supposed to be for Eurogenes K36, but I put my GEDmatch results in here, man, and yeah, this is what I got, man. So in Europe, there is a key Celtic component of my DNA. I'm mostly genetically related to people in Ireland, the Orkney Islands, and Bretagne, and France. In Asia, I'm mostly related to Palestinians, Jordanians, Saudis, Yemenis, and Iraqis. And if you go to Africa, I'm mostly related to Egyptians, Tunisians, Algerians, Moroccans, and Eritreans, okay? And then in the Americas, I'm mostly related to people in southwestern Mexico. But it gets more interesting, right? So let's talk about haplogroups, right? So my maternal haplogroup is haplogroup L, right? This is a key piece of evidence to demonstrate my maternal grandma had roots in Yemen and roots, guess what, in Ethiopia, right? So haplogroup L originated in East Africa, right? The two populations in Asia that have overwhelmingly, with a large percentage of haplogroup L, Yemen, 60% of Yemen has haplogroup L as their maternal haplogroup. Palestine, 25% have haplogroup L as their maternal haplogroup, right? And then if you look at my paternal, my dad's side, IZ60 is my paternal haplogroup. And it's most commonly found in places like Wales, England, Germany, and Sweden. Again, paternal grandpa was from, his roots were from Cardiff, Wales. So that makes sense. But here's some more evidence that there is, along with that, the haplogroup L, that there is some admixture from East Africa in my lineage, and that I have some Afro-Yemeni ancestry, right? So this is like an ancient DNA sample that's shared with me, that shares my DNA. And it was found, it's called Kenya Pastoral Neolithic, Nakuru Naivasha Burial Ground. So this was found, it was the East African pastoralist era maternal DNA. So this is maternal DNA. mtDNA, that's maternal, right? So that's from my maternal grandma. So this shows significant Ethiopian admixture. Eastern African, Allahu Ada, if it's Kenya or if it's Somalia, but some sort of Kenyan, Somalian, or Eritrean would be involved with that as well. And then obviously some Tunisian and some Egyptian as well. Now going down the list, the biggest percentage of Asian DNA in this sample is from the Arabian Peninsula. From the Arabian Peninsula, from Yemen. Okay. And then here's another example. DNA shared with Kenya Pastoral Neolithic, Nakuru Naishi Cave. Information. So this is both sides have this, right? Interesting. Genetic profile. 56% Ethiopian, 5% either Somali, Kenyan, or Eritrean. 7.84% Yemeni and Saudi, and 0.17% Falastini or Lebanese, right? Let's check out. I don't know if that will go. I wonder if I can check out the other one in the G25, man. To see where that would place. Calculate. And then here's another sample. Kenya Pastoral Neolithic Nakuru Naivasha Burial Ground, whatever. Information, both sides of my family. So we see a key correlation to my maternal lineage being of some sort of Afro-Yemeni descent. 45.74% Ethiopian, 13.05% either Eritrean, Djiboutian, Somali, or Kenyan. 11.72 Lebanese and Falastini, and 5.46% Yemeni and Saudi. Right? So 3 of my grandparents were clearly of West Asian and some sort of East African descent. Well, 3 of my grandparents were West Asian, and at least 2 of them, or at least 2 of my grandparents, had some sort of East African descent. So this here is GEDmatch. It's GEDmatch. It's the Africa 9 test, right? So you see 64% Europe, 33% West Asia, North Africa 1.79, and then San 0.5. But this is from a single population, because I'm clearly of mixed ancestry. Single population shows Tuscan, North Italian, Moroccan Yehudis. So this is not accurate for me. This, however, would be accurate for me, right? Because I'm of mixed ancestry, right? But even here, man, you see 5th place Druze as a proxy for both Lebanon and Palestine. Like here, mixed, and I get better. So lower Euclidean distance means closer to the actual population. 70% North Italian, 29.6% Druze, 0.54 distance. North Italian, 83.8%. Saudi, 0.79%. And that's at a Euclidean distance of 0.79, right? 16.2 Saudi, 82.6 North Italian, 17.4% from Yemen, 0.81 Euclidean distance. And you see over here, this is the MDLP 23 World 23 test on GEDmatch. And you see, so my great-grandma on my grandpa's side was born in Norway, which is interesting because you see the main European groups are Norwegian, Icelandic, or Frisian, and Frisians from Friesland in Germany and the Netherlands, right? But you see on the Asians, the secondary population, on the Asian side of things, or the Mediterranean plus West Asian side. So Euclidean distance of 1.2, you have 83% Norwegian West, 17% Lebanese Druze, 84.5% Norwegian West, 15.5% Palestinian Druze. So you got 1.2 for the first one, 1.23 for the second one. Then you got and these are all under 2. So that's, over here you had all the first 4 under 1. So that's a great Euclidean distance because the lower the better. So it clearly indicates that I have Palestinian and Lebanese ancestry, I have Saudi ancestry, and I have Yemeni ancestry, right? Over here you have 83% Norwegian West, 17% Lebanese Druze, 1.2 Euclidean distance. 84.5% Norwegian West, 15.5% Palestinian Druze, 1.23 Euclidean distance, right? 76.2% Icelandic, 23.8% Anatolian Greek from, this is going to sound like a bad word for Portuguese and Brazilian people, but Foca, it's F-O-C-A, it's a Turkish name, it's Anatolian Greek. I had to look it up. At 1.27 distance. Then you have 83.1 Norwegian West, 16.9% Lebanese Melkite, 1.3 Euclidean distance. Melkites are the Greek Catholics in Lebanon. And then you have, number 5, you have 81.4% Norwegian West, 18.6% Cypriot, 1.41, right? And that's a distance of 1.41. Next, you have at number 6, 90.9% Frisian and 99.1% Saudi at 1.44 distance, right? If you look at my secondary population, it's either from Lebanon, Palestine, Anatolian Greek, Lebanon, Cyprus, Saudi, Qatar, Iraq, Crete, which is Greece, Greek Macedonia, which is Greece, which is Greece, 1948 occupied Palestine, Greece, Syria, Lebanon, specifically southern Lebanon, by the way, Greek islands, Yemen, Iraq, Arsni, which is Armenia, Anatolian Greek. There is a clear correlation. And then if you look at my maternal haplogroup, my maternal lineage originated in Ethiopia, right? My maternal lineage originated in Ethiopia and had pretty significant ancestry from Yemen. Ethiopia, 49.3%. Somalia and Kenya, 16.07%. Yemen, 12.64%. Here we go. Yeah, that's ancient DNA. I only care about the modern stuff. But that's the one. And then right over here, 11.72 Palestinian and Lebanese, 45.74% Ethiopian, 13.05% Kenyan and Somali. And that all correlates with haplogroup L, right? Again, both my maternal grandparents have roots in Yemen, right? Yemen, Saudi, Qatar, Lebanon, Palestine, Syria, and then on my dad's side, Iraq. So here's another takeaway from this, right? So for Asia, and this is how you know my dad, the Iraqi ancestry is from my dad's side, right? So this is the main ancestry. This is my closest genetic connection in East Africa, right? Ancient genetic connection in East Africa. Notice that it's only on my maternal lineage, right? Notice the African groups, the Ethiopians, the Kenyans, Djiboutians, or the Afar people, the Somalis, and the Eritreans, right? North Africa, a bit of Libyan and Tunisian and Egyptian, a wee bit of Tanzanian, right? West Africa, you have some Gambian. You got a small piece of Burundian. In Asia, it's mainly Yemeni and Saudi with a little bit of Tibetan and Siberian, right? So what are the takeaways here? What are the three top percentages? Ethiopian, Somali, Kenyan, Eritrean, Afar, which is from Djibouti, and Yemeni and Saudi, right? What does that point to? Clear Afro-Yemeni ancestry, right? Again, that's the one I want. Again, here on Africa 9, right? 33.62% West Asian. Again, single population is not as accurate as for me, given that, again, I'm mixed, right? I'm mixed between Western Asia and Western Europe. That's my ancestry, right? This is my ancestry, right? You can see, obviously European, Tuscan, North Italian, a bit of North African, Moroccan, Druze, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordanian, Egyptian, French Basque, Yemeni, Libyan, North African, Badawi, Yehudis from Yemen, Al-Jazeera, Saudi, Al-Maghrib, Ethiopia, Yehudis from Ethiopia, Ethiopian, and East African Dodecad, right? That's from my maternal grandma. My maternal grandma was Afro-Yemeni, right? Mix of Ethiopian and Yemeni. Again, haplogroup L, and we know these were like ancient pastoralists. Like, this is awesome, man. And it's only on my maternal side, by the way. My maternal grandma's side, by the way. mtDNA, that's my maternal haplogroup, right? That's my maternal lineage, right? Genetic profile. 49.3% Ethiopian. 16.07% Eritrean, Afar, Somali, or Kenyan, right? 4.39% Tunisian. 4% Egyptian. 3.73% Gambian. 3.09% Tanzanian. That's the Kenyan and Tanzanians at 3.09%. So 16.07% would be from this area, Eritrea and Djibouti and Somalia. So Ethiopian. So this ancestor related to my maternal grandma was 49.30% Ethiopian, 16.07% Somali, 4.93% Libyan and Tunisian, 4% Egyptian, 4.83% Burundian or Tanzanian, 3.73% Gambian, and 3.09% Tanzanian. And then in Asia, this person was 12.64% Yemeni and Saudi, right? And then this person also had 1.33% Tibetan and 0.61% Siberian. So their three biggest populations were in Ethiopia, Somalia, and Yemen. So my maternal grandma had roots in Yemen. I'm gonna find out the exact villages, but it appears my maternal grandma had roots in southwestern Yemen. Right? We know about my maternal grandpa's roots, but I want to know where my grandma was from in Yemen. And also in Ethiopia, where she was from. But I'd like to point out that nowhere in here does it say Mesopotamian, which makes me believe that my Iraqi ancestry is from my paternal grandma. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm literally Afro-Yemeni. Like, that's my literal lineage, man. Literal lineage. And look at this. Yemen is mentioned once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Lebanon and Palestine, once, twice. Interesting, only twice. Saudi is mentioned once, twice, 3 times, right? Badawi can be from Yemen, Saudi, anywhere basically anywhere that speaks Arabic. Can be Badawi. But that's cool, man. That's cool. So yeah. Pretty cool. So there you go. That's just what I wanted to say. That's all for now. Peace.